Let's get started. And welcome to your mat, welcome to your practice. Beginning in a comfortable reclining position. Maybe you want to hug your knees into your chest on your back, or maybe you want to roll to your side in a fetal position. But laying on the back, however you'd like to be. See if maybe wiggle the shoulders underneath you a little bit. Take the chin away from the chest here as you lay on your back. Beginning with breath. A few big deep breaths in and out. Setting your intention to be present and practice yoga. Sat Nam is the mantra we're working with. It means I am truth. And that can be interpreted a lot of different ways. But Sat Nam refers to our divine truth. Sat Nam is meant to be an uplifting mantra, something that opens and awakens the chakra energy within the body, something that makes you feel uplifted, energetic. When we feel happy and relaxed, it's easier to connect with what's real and truthful. When we take the time to slow things down, be mindful and focus, we can connect with our personal divine truth, that truth that resides within us. That's what this mantra of Sat Nam is referring to. So it can be as simple as I am truth. It can be as deep as I am the divine truth within. Maybe it's just a sound that helps keep you focused. The seed mantra or seed sound of Sat Nam. Let's attach this mantra to our breath. As you inhale, hear, or maybe say or even sing the word Sat. As you exhale, hear, say, or sing Nam. Hearing it with the breath, inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Breathe it in and out a few times. You can also breathe in, I am. Breathe out, truth. Sat Nam. Applying Sat Nam to our yoga practice means that we want to be truthful with ourselves. Your yoga practice is your own. No need to feel like you should or have expectations of yourself. Being in your body right now, honoring that truth, making adjustments along the way as you need. Let's start with the body scan. Start at the crown, the very top of the head here, and scan all the way down into the feet. And just notice where you're at. No judgments, no expectations. And now lying on your mat, go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. Give them a nice deep squeeze. Taking some movement, rocking around. Starting with a gentle twist, dropping the knees over to the right side as you wring yourself out. If you're having some low back discomfort, roll your entire body to the right side into fetal position and then open up the arms into a T. Finding a gentle twist for yourself, take some slow, deep breaths and try to melt into the shape. Allow gravity to push you a little deeper. Take a slow, deep breath here. And then bring your knees up and into your chest. Give them a big squeeze. And then twist yourself the other direction. Maybe rolling all the way to the side or not. Opening the arms to a T. Head gets to roll off to the side. Soften into the shape. Find a sense of surrender here. Surrender into gravity. Surrender into the earth. Slow, deep breath. Inhale the knees back into the chest, deep squeeze. If your head and neck are okay with it, you can round up into a ball, bring your face into your knees, swoop up. Release. Stretch the body long out onto the mat. Reach the arms by the ears, take a big good morning stretch, wiggle around. And here with your arms by your ears, we'll take a little curve with the body. Slide your heels over to the left side of the mat. Then slide your shoulders along the mat to the left as well, making a big curve shape with the body. And once you get here, reach out, stretch out, active energy, and then relax. Might feel nice to cross that outside right ankle on top of the left. As you focus on your breath, breathing deeply, feeling the outside of the body really stretch and expand from the inside out as you breathe. Gently release, walk the heels back to center, and then slide the upper body to center. Take a big stretch out, active energy, reach, relax. Other side, walk the heels to the right. Slide the shoulders over, find that curve shape. Once you do, actively reach out, stretch, and relax. Maybe the outside ankle crosses, head rolls to the side as you use your breath to stretch you more deeply. Exiting slowly, walk the legs back to center, slide the body to center, stretch. And release. Bend at the knees, feet on the floor, knees bent. Just gently rock your knees side to side. Nice way to loosen up the hips and the pelvis. Here, bring the arms into a cactus shape. And drop the knees all the way over to the right side. Just let them fall to the right. The feet can be as wide or narrow apart as you want. Head rolls off in the opposite direction. So just big hip rotation here. The wider you walk the feet apart, the more rotation you get, and vice versa. Couple of breaths here, let gravity work you into the shape. In gliding motion, sweep everything up to center, then go the other way. Glide to center. Supta Baddha Konasana. Here, walk the soles of the feet together to like prayer feet. Knees open wide apart. If you have two blocks, you could slide them under the thighs for a little support. And let's take the arms overhead. Bring your thumbs to touch each other, your index fingers to touch each other, making a triangle shape with your hands. Take a few breaths here. Lots of triangle shapes in the body. Really powerful, strong shapes, drawing energy into us. Take a few breaths. Might feel good to rock the head a little side to side, loosening up the neck. Another deep breath or two here. Release the arms down to the thighs. Help the legs up. Gently, kindly hug the knees in. Let's take the arms and the legs up to the sky. So stretch your legs up, reach your arms up, give everything a shake out. Trying to shake off any stuck stale energy, kind of build up a fresh feeling, wanting to feel silly, childlike and playful. Loosen up, take a couple breaths as you shake. Neville doesn't like it. Good, and release. Take the feet back down to the mat, knees bent. Give them a little rock side to side. And then rolling to the side. Let's press up to tabletop, all fours. Nice sturdy tabletop on the hands or the forearms. Going into a simple cow spine. The back arch as you look up, lifting the tail and the face for a couple of breaths. Maybe here in this big cow spine, the heart will soften a touch more. Shoulders wrap onto the back. One more deep breath. And slowly rounding from the tailbone up. Sitting back into a wide knee child's pose, melting in for a few breaths. Come back to Satnam. Breathe it in, Sat. Breathe it out, Nam. This mantra helps us focus. Shifting onto the forearms, downward facing puppy. Start by coming into that arched back again, cow spine. And then if you want to go a little deeper, walking the knees back, continuing to melt the chin and the chest down to the mat. So you can walk the knees back as much as you like, keeping the hips really high in the air as you take chin and chest to mat for a few breaths. Looking forward in any variation. Shift onto the forearms if you haven't already. Shoulders over elbows for Sphinx pose. Walking the knees way far back. Continuing with this archy back theme. Take it at your pace. Once you get the hips to the floor, give them a wiggle. Relax the pelvis. Let the lower body kind of shake out, relax. And then gently, gradually rolling the shoulders back, lifting through the chest and the collarbones. Take your fingers underneath your collarbones even, lift them up some more. And then take your fingertips to the front of the shoulders, push them onto the back body. And without losing what you got, release the forearms down, maybe look up. Maybe looking down feels better. Explore both, couple of breaths. Trying to soften the curve of the spine as you lift the heart. Gently release. Child's pose. Shifting the hips to the heels. Maybe knees go wide, allowing the body to really expand with the breath. Tabletop, all fours. Threading the needle. Let's move with the breath, in and out. Starting with the right arm. Inhale, right arm high to sky. Open up, look back. Pause here for a second. Stretch back, reach back. Catch up with the breath. Inhale here. As you exhale, gently lean forward, thread through. Inhale yourself right back up to the sky. Open up. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread, pausing at the bottom. So here you can use your block as a pillow under your ear if you need, but letting the head rest, neck relax. Might feel nice to walk that top left hand forward. Melt into the shoulder, another breath or two here. With your left hand by your face, use an inhale to open to the sky again. Open up the heart. And release. Straighten the second side. Inhale, left hand high. Pause at the top. breath. Inhale here. Exhale, thread through. Breathing and moving. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. Let's do it one more time. Resting into the bottom shoulder, the ear, maybe use your block. You might find one side feels very different than the other. That's okay. Be honest with yourself. Make adjustments as you need. It's being present and aware in the body. Might feel nice to walk the right fingers forward here as you continue to melt into the shoulder. Right hand by the face. Use an inhale to take you up to the sky. Open up. Tabletop, all fours. Give a little wiggle, reset here. Maybe some hip circles or cat-cow. Close the eyes. Listen to your body. Optional downward facing dog here, maybe taking the hips back and up to the sky for that big upside down V. Maybe you're gonna hang out in table, continue to move the spine. Remember, child's pose is always there for you. A few deep breaths, find some movement, listen to your body. Making your way into a forward fold shape. Walking the feet to the hands to the feet. Again, great place for a block to touch. Take a generous bend in the knees. Try to get that really drapey spine. Roll the shoulders around, shake the head out, find some looseness here as you really strongly plug into the toes, four corners of each foot. And now bring your hands into your arches. Underneath the feet, lift that up. So the feet, the toes are grounded. The arches, however, are lifting. Continue that energetic lift. Lift through the shins, the knees, lift the thighs into the hips. Try to lift the hips a little bit higher as you lengthen through the spine. Big deep breath. Downhill skier, keep the lift in the arches as you bring your elbows to your thighs, sit down. Lift from the arches to the crown and rise all the way up to stand. Take a big inhale, take the fingers above the head. Look up for a moment, lift up. Might feel good to shrug the shoulders up even. Lifting energy. So the Satnam mantra is uplifting. It matches that chakra energy, rooting from the base of the spine, funneling up and out through the crown. From here, bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulders to the back, open the chest a little more, a gentle back bend sensation. Look up. Make sure you can breathe. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Hands to heart center, namaskar. See some big sun lifts with the breath. Inhale, take the arms up, shoulder blades stay down. Exhale, drawing hands through. Your gaze follows your hands. Inhales, exhales, lead your movement. Let's gather up, inhale. Forward bend, exhale, bend the knees, hinge at the hips. Toes grounded, arches lifted. With an inhale, lengthen the spine, open the heart. Exhale and bow. Do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Runner's lunge stretch. Start by taking the left leg back, super long step. So resisting the urge to overbend the knee. Walk the hands under the shoulders. Push the back heel back. Maybe the back knee lowers or stays lifted, it's all good. Plant your front foot down for a twist. Left palm down on mat or block, right hand high. Twisting through the top hand, follow it around. Big breath. Inhale here. Exhale, release. Both hands to the mat. Lift the back knee if it's lower, or step it back into a plank shape of your choosing. 1 big inhale here. Bend the elbows back behind you and lower down. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Plant the tops of the feet on the mat. Push them down so much the knees lift. Then roll the shoulders back and down, hover the hands up off the mat maybe. Squeezing the shoulders to the back, upper back active, big inhale. And then release, exhale, take a moment, shake it off. Downward facing dog of your choosing. Doesn't have to be upside down B. It could be table or child. You don't have to be on your hands. You can do all of these things on your forearms. You can even do a balancing crow pose on your forearms. Super challenging. It's all good. Take a big deep breath. Let it out. Top of the mat, forward bend. Find your feet grounded, your arches lifted, knees lifted. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, bow. From the strength of the legs, rise to standing. Inhale, gather above the head and to the heart, namaskar. Let's pause for a couple centering breaths. Remember, today's focus is Sat Nam, the divine truth within you. Honor your practice for what it is today. Be where you're at because you can't be anywhere else. Work with what you've got. And as always, honoring your inner teacher, that guide trying to keep you safe. Take a slow, deep breath. Inhale, take the arms up. Forward bend as you exhale. Half lift. Bow. Right leg lunges back, really long step. Finding your spacing. Back knee up or down for a twist. Right palm down, left hand high. Try not to forget about the front foot. Root it down as you follow the top hand around. Deep breath. Slow release the hand down to mat. Stepping back into the plank pose again. Make it look like you. I like the knees down, feet up version. Inhale, lengthen through the crown, grow really long as if you were standing up in mountain pose. And then bend the elbows back behind and lower it to the earth. Half locust pose, this time taking the arms by the sides. Lots of options for this. You can interlace the hands, the palms can remain by the sides. I've been enjoying using the strap behind the back, kind of giving you something to hold on to, a balancing point. Do you? We're actually gonna start in the lower body. So start by pushing the tops of the feet down again. Shoelaces on the mat as the knees lift.
Using that energy of lifting the knees, hug the thighs together, lift the legs. Your pubis bone, your pelvis becomes your balance point here. Root that down nice and neutral. Tailbone stretching out of the spine. And then let's add the upper body. Roll the shoulders back, reach back. Balancing on the pelvis, bottom of the rib is touching the floor. Deep breath, feel it pulse in your body from the inside out. One more time. Release. Shake it off, let it go. Take a breath. You can be glad it's over, that's okay too. Downward dog of your choice. I prefer child's pose here. It's a nice counter pose, at least for a moment. Do you? Inhale, exhale deeply. Inhale, look forward. With the exhale, go forward. Half lift, breathe in. Deeply fold, breathe out. Legs to the bone, rise to stand, gather up. And to the heart. 3 breaths. Breathe past the busyness of the mind, the distraction of the environment. Breathe deeply into the belly. Hear the sat and nam. Honoring your practice today, following your inner teacher, take one more centering breath. Inhale, take the fingers to the sky. Exhale, forward bend. Half lift. Fold. Left leg steps back for Anjaneyasana, so maybe you don't go as far this time. Left foot on the left, right foot on the right as you rise. And of course, the back knee can be on the mat. Works either way. Hug in and rise up, lifting energy. The arms can come up, full variation if you'd like. But lifting up out of the earth, focusing on that energy today, rising up and out. Feel your back thigh lift if it's lifted. Look up, take a big breath, and maybe you start to explore back. Take the thumbs back, lift the chest. If you're taking the back bend, come to center. We're gonna open up to the right. So take the right arm behind, left arm forward. Move slowly, ground the front foot. Maybe you can even look back. Lots of shape here, breathe deeply into it. Maybe you don't go as far, maybe you modify, be in your truth here. Windmill the back arm down and around, rise up for a moment. Gather the hands at heart. We're gonna balance on the front foot, warrior 3. Bring the belly into the spine, super strong, hinge forward. And play with this balance. So I like to hop in and out. You're welcome to hold. Maybe the hands are gonna come down to block our mat. Modified version there. It's all good, it's all working. Be in your body. Couple of breaths to play. Right? Yoga is just adult playtime. Don't take it too seriously. We're gonna meet back in the Anjaneyasana. Toes on the mat. Simple step forward. Inhale, reach, stretch, lift. Forward bend, bend, hinge, fold. Half lift, inhale. Fold deeply. Right foot steps back, Anjaneyasana on this side. Right foot on the right, left foot on the left. Root to rise. Feel your feet underneath you, ground them down, and then build from there. Rise up out of the pose a touch. Focus on this uplifting energy. Crown, lifting to the heavens. Arms can lift or not. Do you for a couple of breaths. Find your variation of pose that serves you. Breathe. Opening up to the twist, arms open out to a T, left hand back, right hand forward. Baby. Hands can be on hips here. Love that too. Okay. Balance challenge, look back if you'd like, deep breath. Lots of pose, lots of breath. Back arm, sweep it down and up. Let's rise up for a moment. Lift up out of the earth. Hands gather at the heart. Exploring the warrior three. Hinge it forward. Explore this leg. Round it down. And finding your warrior three on this side. So we try to do the same thing on the second side as we did on the first. Doesn't always work out that way, and that's okay. That's, again, being honest with what's going on right now. Get what you need from your practice. A couple more breaths to play with the warrior three variation you want. Landing back down, Anjaneyasana. Toes on the mat. Let's rise, lift up for a moment, and step it forward. Here, back bendy sensation. Start by taking the arms back, thumbs back. Focus on lifting up. So don't lift the waist, lift the chest. So try to lift your chest up off of the waist. Take the gaze up. The back's gonna happen with gravity. Focus on lifting chest and face. Try to slide your tailbone long out of your spine. One more breath here, back bend. And using the heart to bring you back to center. Hands come to the heart. 3 centering breaths. Turning sideways on the mat. Might want your block here, maybe even your strap. We're gonna do some wide-legged fold work with the chest opener and the twist with the hands down. So starting to get the legs wide, you can hop the feet wide if your knees are cool with that. It gives you a little more even stance. Or you can walk them wide, a little more gentle to the knees. Good. Average alignment is about ankles under wrists. Feet nice and parallel. Take the hands on the hips, push the hips down, lift the chest up. Maybe soften the gaze or even close the eyes, helping you to really connect feet into earth. Earlier we talked about lifting the arches. Find that same sensation here. Lift the arches to the knees to the thighs up into the hips. Soft bend in the knees, maybe as you hinge it forward and fold. So keeping that same lift sensation in the legs, hinging it over the hips. Great place to use your block. Going for the deep fold. If you are lucky enough that your head touches the mat easily, walk your feet closer together. That way you have something to extend the crown of the head out into. But wanting to feel like you're lengthening, reaching rather than resting. I know for some people that's like, the floor is so far away. That's a hilarious thought. It's okay. Just keep stretching the crown to the floor, lifting the hips high. One more deep breath. And now building the twist. Lengthen out of this, hands under shoulders. I'm going to use the block. Left hand down about center of chest. Roll the right arm high. Hips are nice and natural. Following the top arm around, take a big deep breath. Gently release. And do the other side, switch the arms. Release. From the wide-legged fold here, walk your heels in, toes out. So heels to the center, toes to the front and back edge. Bend your knees.
bring the body up, hands in heart center, a little goddess squat. Okay? You can keep the hands in heart center. You can go into that full goddess squat if you want to work the arms a little bit. We're going to go side to side. And then pick up one ankle, or excuse me, one heel and then the other. Maybe you pick up both heels and sit down a little more. Ooh, balance. Set the heels down, straighten the legs. Turn the feet back to parallel, toes face forward, big 5 pointed star. Get big in your space, stretch out, little back bend sensation, deep breath. Chest opener fold, hands behind the back, any way you'd like to. Start by bending the elbows, shoulders onto the back. Lift from the arches to the hips, hinge forward. Once you get into your fold, the arms could come up and over if you'd like. So I got lucky my block is there for my head to rest on. That's a nice thing to do to help you feel contact with crown and block. And when you feel like you're stretching, reaching the head long. When you're ready, release the arms. Hands under shoulders again. With the right hand, we're gonna reach for the left ankle, or wherever you get. Reaching over, bend both elbows and try to pull yourself through. Those left fingers, if you want, can walk forward out in front of you. Walk your left hand in, release. Hands under shoulders again, long spine. Other side, opposite hand. Left hand reaches to the right ankle. Bend both elbows, pull yourself through. Maybe right fingers walk forward. It's like to thread the needle when the legs wide here. Breathe deeply. Walk the right hand back with extended, come back to center. Little wiggle side to side. Maybe you're gonna explore squatting all the way down into one leg and then the other. Again, do you. Honor what your knees are telling you. Every day is different. No matter how deeply you're getting into this, it's still working in the body. It's still good. It's still effective. Bring it to center. Firm up the legs, muscles to bone, hands to hips. We're gonna rise all the way up. 5 pointed star, big in the space. Right leg warrior 2. Turn the right toes forward towards the front of the mat, bend the knee. Watching the knee as it points towards your pinky toe, sit down. Big vibrant fingers. Bring the arms overhead, maybe the palms touch. Lift from the bottom of the rib cage up, rise up, look up, deep breath. Open the arms, warrior 2. Simply flip it to the other side. Right toes turn to the side, left toes point forward as you bend the knee in towards the pinky toe. Nice, strong, steady warrior 2 legs. Let's gather the arms above the head. Find that lifting energy. Rise up out of the waist, look up. Warrior 2. Bring it back to the 5 pointed star. Turn the toes to parallel, stretch out. And then bring the feet back together. You can hop or walk. Again, be kind to your knees. Give it a wiggle, shake out. Fantastic. Let's go to seated. Cross-legged seated, you could sit in hero's pose on your heels. You could sit with the legs out. If you are taking the cross-legged seated like I just did, go for that opposite awkward cross of legs. You'll know when you get it. Big deep cross of the shins if that's what you're doing. Walk around, and wherever you're at, find your sits bones. So try to put your tailbone back behind you and then roll up, shoulders over hips. Nice tall spine, find that uplifting energy. So don't lift your tailbone, seat's still grounded, just rising up out of that. Gently twisting to your right, no big deal. As you inhale, breathe length, space into the body. As you exhale, invite some more twist. Slowly, gently unwind and twist the other way. Breathing in spaciousness, breathe out into your twist. Slowly back to center. Stretching the legs out long if they're not there already. Really kind fold here, being really mindful of the low back. So what tends to happen is we kind of sit back and round. That's just how we live our lives. That's how gravity gets us. That's okay. But now's a good time to undo that. So start here, bend the knees, and walk your sits bones, your bum back behind you a whole lot. If your low back is really tight or you have some disharmony there, take the block underneath the knees. I can reach back and pull the flesh back. Working towards a flat back fold here. So again, we kind of want to collapse, gravity gets the better of us. Fight that, keep the chest lifted, crown lifted, uplifting energy today. Starting with the hands by the hips, push the hands down and get as tall as you can. Resist the urge to go archy back. That's kind of what's to happen. Just lengthen straight up. With the hands staying by the hips, hinge it forward. Shoulders on the back, heart forward. Gently jut the chin forward, just resisting that urge to drop the head. Now walk the hands under the shoulders. I'm going to wiggle my hips back more because I can. Inhale, spaciousness, lengthen through the crown. There's that uplifting, energetic sensation. Exhale, hinge, heart forward, chin to the toes. Pulsing with the breath. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, try to maintain the flat back, hinge at the hips. A couple more like that. If you're not sure what it feels like to hinge from the hips, bring your fingers into your hips. Pivot here, rocking the pelvis onto the thighs. All right, if this is going well and you want to hold the fold, great. This can be really tough on low back. Be honest with yourself about where you're at. Lengthen the spine. It's not about folding forward. It's about long, flat back. Use your hands, push down, rise up. I hope that felt good. If it didn't, next time make adjustments. Shake the legs out. We're gonna scoot forward, feet to heels. So you might want to plant the hands if it's available. Lift the hips, scoot them up. And then coming into a big bear hug. Wrap in, round in, face to knees. Optional boat pose here, balancing behind the sits bones as you pick up the feet. Up to you. 3 breaths. Now with this round spine, we're gonna roll down. I like to plant the feet, keep them planted, up to you. 1 vertebrae at a time with as much control as you can muster. Roll down. Gentle knees to chest. Grab the strap if you got it.
We're gonna start with the right foot. Looping the strap around the ball of the right foot, take it up in the air, nice and straight. Release your left leg however you like, bent or straight. The strap is there to make your arms longer. If you don't have a strap, interlace your hands behind your low thigh. So not on the knee, that's gonna be disruptive to the knee. Bring it low down on the thigh, also easier on the shoulders. Press your thigh forward into your hands if they're there. Pull the toes to the shin, so pull down into the strap if you're using it. Thigh forward, toes to shin, heel to sky. Really nice, straight, strong leg. And then we're gonna take this into a cross. So left hand to the strap as you rotate it over to the left. Breathe where you feel this most. Send the energy of the breath where you need it. Bring the leg up to the sky and switch out the legs. Exploring the side, shoulders relaxed, thigh pushes away from you as you pull the toes down firmly. Flexed foot, getting that nice long stretch in the back of the leg. Okay. Crossing over, strapping the right hand to rotate it over to the side. Focusing on your breath. Bring the leg up. Take both legs up in the strap or hands behind both thighs. Works either way. Legs really straight, back flat on the floor. Start to bring your straight legs towards you. So mimicking the forward fold from earlier, that flat back seated fold that we did just a moment ago. This time focusing on keeping the legs straight. The earth is there to support the back. It's gonna stay nice and flat. Pull the toes to the shins. Push the thighs away from you. Makes my legs wobble a little bit. And then explore, keeping the bum heavy. Bring the legs towards you until they want to buckle or shake. Pause there for a second, drop the bum. Push the thighs forward, heels to sky, deep breath. Notice if you're gripping the shoulders of the jaw, don't do that. Loosen them up. Now, mindful soft bend in the knees. Bring your bent knee legs towards you. Bum is heavy, back is supported on the mat. Release. Give the knees a little rock side to side. Move or stretch any way that you'd like. Whatever you want to do before we rest, go ahead and do that now. Maybe a knees to chest or a quick twist. A few breaths to get what you need.
Final resting Shavasana. Most people kind of have a love or hate relationship with this time. Hopefully you love it. It can be really challenging though. Maybe the most challenging part of your practice. Let that be okay. It's hard for a lot of us to be still and quiet. Yoga is a slow, patient process. Honor that. Know that the more you commit to it, the more you practice it, the easier it will become. In our previous Satnam class, we worked with the mudra as well as the mantra, and I'll introduce that here. And if you're one of those people that has a hard time being still, mudras and mantras are a great thing to incorporate to give you something to focus on. So the mudra, the hand motion that we used with Satnam mantra, is very simple. It's bringing the thumb to touch the tip of each finger as we repeat the seed sounds of Satnam. So thumb to index, sa, middle, na, or sa, ta, hopefully I get it right, sa, middle finger, ta, ring finger, na, pinky finger, ma. Right, let's go through it again. Sa, ta, na, ma. Index, middle, ring, pinky. So just tapping those together and repeating those mantras, sa, ta, na, ma, out loud, silently to yourself. Maybe sing it in a little tune. It's all good. Maybe you're happy to be still and quiet and rest peacefully, listening to the breath, letting your awareness drift freely around without getting attached. Whatever you'd like to do for this time is all good. Before you do anything, just take a moment. Notice where you're at. Gently rolling to your side, pausing in a fetal pose. Deepening the breath here, easing the transition. Trying to keep the eyes closed, gently press yourself into seated. Sat Nam. honoring the divine truth within. Gather the hands at heart center and bow the chin into the chest, honoring your higher consciousness. And I like to seal our practices by tapping the fingers to the third eye, signifying peaceful thoughts. Then to the mouth, peaceful words. And finally to the heart center, peaceful actions. Thank you for joining. Namaste.